Can you hear me? There I am. You may lose me in a second. I'm trying to do something. Let's go to studio mode. Preview, okay. Player one stream. I think that worked. How's this tournament work? It's just a big, giant, massive bracket. If someone has a link to the bracket, they could paste it and create a command. Okay, so I don't need these now, which is good. Can move you over here. We can make Discord full. I only hear you in my left ear. Oh no. 1 second. Can you hear both ears now? Awesome. That is good. Let's see if the main scene works. Oh, the background's gone, I think. Oh, nope, there we go. Can you hear me? Well, Beard, it goes over multiple days. Today's just the first couple rounds. Uh, Yeah, of course. I think casting's my favorite thing to do in Balatro now. Just making sure. Ah. Player 2, player 2, player 2. Mr. Evo. There we go. So this is Bean. So Bean is participating in their own tournament. I will quickly go over the rules. Also let's get some. Actually. All right. So the rules. This is ranked rule set. However, there is no multiplayer jokers, which I find really interesting. So we have the order on. We have the Chad change, which means it now retriggers the first 2 cards once. No justice, and glasses made time or multiplied of 1.5, which you can only find via standard packs or spectral packs, etc. So it is going to be an interesting. It is a unique rule set in that way. It's kind of an offshoot, an edit on the multiplayer ranked rule set. So I'm curious to watch how it plays. We are going to go to Plasma Deck Orange Stake, which is diabolical. I will say, diabolical. This is the first round. We have Bean, of course, creator of the event. Major League Balatro Season 2 champion. Has won multiple multiplayer tournaments. Mr. Evo, don't know much about this competitor. We're going to go ahead and go to the multiplayer leaderboards and kind of learn a little bit about Mr. Evo, who honestly is not super low ranked in the competition because Bean wasn't necessarily the highest ranked coming into this. It looks like Mr. Evo's, 50% win rate normal player, at least if this is the correct Evo on the multiplayer Discord. I agree with the order. Oddly, vanilla would advantage the known players more. I think so. I think so. I like this. Plasma orange? Okay, maybe it's not plasma orange. Do I have like a message or something? What did we end up with? It's gonna be White Goat for sure. I'm reading their chat and I don't even see it, which is funny. We gotta go to Zeno. Make sure I didn't miss something. Hello, D1K. Hello, Sixino. Oh, do I have them mixed up? I do have them mixed up. 1 second. We're going back to studio mode. There we go. Fixed. We're all good. We're all good, chat. We're all good. Okay, so it's not Plasma Orange. They tricked us. Switch Bean and Mr. Evo. No, I went the long way and switched the inputs instead of switching the names. Because Bean should be player 1. They are running the tournament. Was a Major League Balatro AMA stream title from a past stream? If so, is that posted anywhere? Yeah, did my title not update? I've been having issues with... Oh, it was a go live notification. Dragon, it should be on my previous stream. If you go to my VOD on Twitch. There wasn't like... We didn't go over a ton of info. I'm going to do the everything you need to know will be out Tuesday about Major League Balatro Season 3. We're going to go over the rule set, the structure, in depth in a video, like we always do before a season. And then the fantasy announcement should be next Tuesday. Do you have one tip for someone who sucks at multiplayer? Play single player and get very, very, very good at min-maxing. Learn how to min-max. Learn how to get every ounce of value out of every hand, Yeah, I mean, it is money, but it's not just money. It's also tarots, it's deck manipulations, everything. And then you have to play a lot of Balatro to start to understand where you can push yourself. And once you get that, once you feel you are very good at min-maxing, then you can start getting into the competitive aspect of like, okay, when do I go for a life? When do I min-max, etc. Nobody's money. I don't have time. I have a 10K tournament right now. Then just, I think prayer is a good idea. Yeah, then I guess JU is right. Just make money. Was the format, it's best of 1 first 2 rounds, then it's best of 3 from then on out. It's a 256 player bracket, straight up. Alright, so our stake is... Oh wait, I don't know if we're on stake. I think we're on Dex. It is single a limb. Thank you, Pugman. You guys ready for some entertaining Balatro time? Some fun facts about the tournament that was handed here by Bean. Did you know? Wait, one second. Did you know Bean is the most handsome Balatro player? Fun fact, Bean is my favorite streamer. There's not Bean's cousin with a gun behind the camera making me read these. Why would you think that? Stream, you're so silly. Huh. Weird. Weird fun facts, but it's a fun tournament. I do think with the order on, a lot of this tournament is going to come down to 2 things. If it is black stake or above, I do think you can win with pacing, which means you don't out min-max your opponent, but you beat them the first 4 lives. I think but most games, including those higher stakes games, and definitely the lower stakes game, is 100% going to be determined on who sees more jokers quicker. And deck manipulation, which obviously Bean has a big advantage in. So we are on the Zodiac deck. Ooh, Bean's screen is a little cut off. It's weird. I don't know why that's happening. We're on Zodiac deck, white stake though. This is definitely, I would say, favors Bean, who is a fantastic player. I am going to try and see if I can get Bean's... Oh. There we go. Should be all good now. Right away, 2 Econ Jokers. This is tough. I do think Faceless is just better than Reserve Parking. Reserve Parking is going to be a nice extra $1 or $2. And I do think that's a little bit of a mistake by Mr. Evo. We could see it play out long term and work in Mr. Evo's favor. However, the Faceless Joker is just so much Econ so quickly. Can help you find an even better Econ Joker earlier. Now, of course, if we see a Mime, if we see some Red Seals early, it could definitely help. No, I am not playing in this tournament. I found it interesting that Evo grabbed the Jupiter. This straight definitely wins. I think if I'm Evo there, I definitely don't want to win right away. We want to try and play some hands to get some money out of reserve. So right away, we're seeing the kind of difference in min-maxing that you may get out of a Bean gameplay versus Mr. Evo. Also, I will say I liked Mr. Evo taking that Jupiter and using it. I just didn't like the application. I think they should have went really hard in min-maxing, and then they could have one-shot with a level 2 flush. They decided to just get out of there almost right away, and I think that's going to cost them, as we're seeing Bean basically in the big blind having the same amount of money as Mr. Evo had before the cash out. Or Bean has that amount of money before the cash out that Mr. Evo has. Blah, blah, blah. Sell Jupiter for Telescope? Insane. I don't think it's necessarily insane. Oh, we also have a new domain. ML Balatro will now take you to MajorLeagueBalatro.com. We have that updated domain. But this, again, about Bean's tournament. If anyone has the bracket, feel free to send it to me so I can paste it into the chat. Actually, I probably can go get that right now. We have an 8-ball. I will say, this is the, this is my Joker. It's your caster's favorite Joker right here. But 8-ball can be extremely important in multiplayer because it could be the difference of getting that one extra tarot that puts the deck manipulation in your favor. Bean has done an amazing job with this Faceless Joker thus far. Although they are maybe going to lose a life. They went a little too greedy. The 10's only giving them 500 points. There's nothing else they can do. This is going to further their economic advantage, but I for sure think Bean would have traded having that life for the, let's say, $5 extra that they made with the certain discards. What's 2, Callie? Here is the bracket for everybody. However, Evo is also going to lose a life. And, Evo really needed that life, I feel like, to keep pace with where Bean is, which at this point is basically a blind ahead in the shops, if not 2 blinds ahead. It looks like we found a very useful Bloodstone in the fact that it is hollow, which means you can use that 10 mult to just get out of blinds. But I unfortunately think Bean may have trouble here not winning them. Oh, okay. He was able to find a small pair. Once again, we're seeing, like, Bean has made probably $30, if not more, off of this Faceless Joker. That decision to not grab it is really going to haunt Evo. And again, I get it. You got the reserve parking from the pack. But I think it is a little bit of a sunk cost fallacy at that point that the Faceless is just so much better. Meanwhile, I feel like reserve parking's been extremely stingy. I have not seen like any money come of it, which has just been a little brutal for both of our participants, but obviously Mr. Evo, who's completely reliant on it at this point in time. Oh, I'm echoing. I'm linking the sheet. think we're good now. Dude, it's white sig. What is happening? Oh, we lost another life while I looked away. Oh, no. Yeah, I think that's just unfortunate. I did not see what happened. Was Mr. Evo just trying to high card their way and get some money, and it just didn't work out? It's a high card seed. I think with the Bloodstone out there, yes, it could be a high card seed long run, but in the short term, absolutely want to be playing a flush. And also, we kind of go back there to, if Mr. Evo had that level 2 flush, would he use that Jupiter instead of selling it for Telescope? The position Evo would be in is nice. That level matters with a Joker like Bloodstone. Getting that base mult up, so when you do get the triggers on Bloodstone, it's, you know, already basically has a built-in multiplication of 2 with just the first level because of 0.15 on the chips in the mult. Why did Evo skip? I don't know. Could be the pressure. Walkie-talkie does beat one level as long as you have a 10 or a 4. You are correct, Knock. That is absolutely right. I think Evo would have had a little bit more of a chance though with that level, obviously. Almost a straight flush, which would have been disgusting. But yeah, especially with the Empress here, getting this is why you take 8-ball. The Temperance just snowballing the more value. We got the Empress, I believe, from an 8-ball, but maybe I'm wrong there. There is no Justice. This is multiplayer ranked rule set without the multiplayer Jokers. But this is going to land pretty clearly in favor of Bean with this second flush. And a 4, so we got another good base. Well, you know, the Mystic Summit is pretty nice. He is going to get another flush. That 15 mult is going to be enough, maybe? It is. Huh. He missed the straight flush. Wow. Well, I'm surprised that Mr. Evo won that, just considering the walkie-talkie in the Empress. But just look at where we are in the shop. Bean is $40 ahead and has $50 in the bankroll. Got a Midas Mask, which is going to snowball everything. Now, one strategy I did see recently on a stream was people getting Midas Mask and then not re-rolling. And the reason for that is you don't want to have to remove Midas Mask. And if you don't have any gold cards yet, you can't see Golden Ticket. What you really want to see once you see a Midas Mask is a Golden Ticket. So you play the round, get some gold cards, then feel better about re-rolling. Just a little tidbit for those of you playing. I really like the idea, but it looks like Bean here, with just the obscene amount of money they had, they did want to roll down to at least $22. I don't see any harm there. And they have other Joker spots that they would get rid of before Midas Mask. But again, no chance of seeing Golden Ticket yet because there's no gold cards in the deck. So yeah, Evo drew the straight flush, and that was the big difference in that round. I had missed that. Thank you to the chat for pointing that out. I'm off my game. I haven't commentated in like 4 months. So I'm going to need the chat to back me in the commentating booth. Really, you are the ones commentating the games. I'm just a vessel. I'm just your voice. Sounds like something a Scientologist would say. Washed commentator, exactly. Bean is throwing. Bean is not throwing. Bean right there gets another flush level in a good economic position. Reserve parking. Now, if Evo sees that, that reserve parking could turn into something slightly more valuable. Well, I'm curious if that may happen. I think it's a couple rerolls away. Kai says Bloodstone's the GOAT. Look, Kai's very good at the Balatro stuff, so I'd listen to him. Is Ancient on Hearts? If it is, that's... Even if it's not, with 2 wilds in the deck, it's very good for Bean, and obviously going to have the advantage of the Ancient Joker before this PvP over Evo. Evo not seeing the Midas Mask or deciding not to pick it up. Oh, hey, Simone. How are you? Seen a lot of our multiplayer faces in chat. I'm already into a Baron. That's hilarious. Not seen some shots behind. No, definitely some shots behind. It felt like Evo made up a tiny bit of ground, but obviously not enough there. I don't think the pair of jacks wins. It does not. A perfect score here for Mr. Legume. Now, Bean going to take that Lovers into the PvP. We do have it on Spades, and it goes to Hearts. So this PvP definitely going to go in favor to Bean. And then it's really going to be, can Bean just close it out, especially with the massive advantage in the econ game. I think it is all but over. Of course, we saw some crazy draws. Brought it back for Evo last round. We could always have some crazy unfavorable draws for Bean, but I dare to say that this game should snowball. I would put like the percentometer to like 98% for Bean at this point. Again, just being ahead in the shops, but by a metric mile. Metric mile? The heck? That doesn't make any sense. He's ahead in the shops. He's gonna take this PvP. It just feels like it's done. There's 128 games in the first round. There is 128 games in the first round. Edgy's got 2 Ancients and an Isle. Yeah, if this game finishes quickly, we'll definitely take a look around the other streams. I'll just go to I'll just add a source and we'll just start watching some other people playing. A metric mile. Fabled partner to the Imperial meter. Thank you, Calvin. It's killing me. Oh, you know, one thing that Mr. Evo could have done there was a flush house. Now, I don't think the flush house would matter enough, but it's definitely something that Mr. Evo could have done if they were a little bit more patient. Or gone for the straight flush again with the sun in hand and the Lovers, but decided against it. Being with a high enough flush level, I don't think he cares as much. And there, the Ancient just taking it to a whole new place. Mr. Evo may even be thinking here not to play the flush right away to make sure it's his final hand to at least get a level. But, yeah. Yeah, not even going to get a level in flush. Not going to get anything out of this PvP. And Mr. Legume also getting some extra money on the way out, kind of realizing they have the upper hand with that Ancient Joker. And Mr. Evo down to their final life. Really quick White State game. You usually don't see this many lives lost to blinds. But again, Bean lost one, Evo lost one on the round, or Anti-1 boss blind. And then Mr. Evo trying to get their high card level up before it really just solidifying itself as a re-trigger seed, in my opinion, costing them another life. 2 rounds today, 2 games, Rudy. Yeah, this is January Madness. Balatro's January Madness. I think Evo had to go for it, Pugman. He's going for 2 polychromes. You know what? Mr. Evo realizes they need a little bit of a miracle. I don't hate it. I would have liked it a lot more if it would have been something like a spectral pack. Something that could actually give them an advantage. The double poly is not going to give... Well, it is 2.25 molt, right? Unfortunately, it's a Jimbo and a raised fist. A little rough, but better than Supernova and Mystic, I guess. It's an extra 2 triggers of Ancient. Hey, imagine that Polychrome was like Dusk. Then we'd all be, not even going to keep it. Huh. I think there's just that's a little bit of a fundamental misunderstanding of how scoring works, where that multiplication matters. That X 1.5 on the Polychrome is way more important than the 15 on the Mystic Summit, and that is because your mult is going to be so high from the Ancient and the Bloodstone that plus 15 is not going to matter once we get to the top section of the Jokers, and you much rather have multiplication happen. Well, Disco, good luck. I hope your game... Oh, the Sockin' Buskin'. Oh, no. And being likely leguming all over themselves right now, knowing that this match should be over with their... They have to feel they have an economic advantage at this point. They're able to see the sock right before the PvP. This one is 07. And a Baron. You know, I was going to say... This for Bean, that is not good. That is not good to see that Baron, because if your opponent was building in the high card, right? You just don't want to see it after just landing a sock with your Bloodstone Ancient. Now, it still is probably not even enough to catch where Bean is at, but it did make him question things, and I was curious to see if he was going to let go of the business card for the Baron, just in case we saw mine. And then, you know, maybe get into your own head. But I actually like the play by Bean to just be like, nope, it's clearly re-triggers. We're not going to get distracted. I think that was a really good play, especially with 2 lives to 1. Hello, Zap. Bob, I feel like I've asked you this before, but when you say you're a chopper, are you talking about a motorcycle? Are you talking about, like, you cut vegetables or people's heads off? Are you talking about an AK-47 or helicopter? Yes, or helicopter. There's a lot of... Chopper means a lot of different things. Also, hardly know her. DNA and Baron, again, 2 things Bean does not want to see. I think Bean feels fine getting past those with only 1 life remaining, but that was like an unideal shot. But again, I think Bean realizes they're much ahead. Chopper as in chopper of wood. Oh, okay. Love a good wood fire. My big bro. Well, shout out to Bob's big bro. +2 Disco. Then there we go. That is... Oh! Interesting. It feels like Bean's being a little bit greedy here. I definitely would have just put the wild on that jack and got the flush house with all face cards. And now... I mean, not really punished because their flush is level 6. But... a little surprised. Well, with ancient hitting, it was always going to be over. Good game to Mr. Evo. Definitely put up a fight. We saw some cracks in Bean's game, but in the end, very solid, very in control victory. Is going to take this one 2 lives to none. And entertaining first game of the first round of this $256 $10,000 tournament, and Bean with the victory royale. The Vaga seed seems interesting. Yeah, let me add a source really quick. Let's go with a you do just chatting. Let's add a source. Let's add a All right, I know how to stream now. Just give me 1 second. We go to just chatting. We add. Where's my window capture? Okay. Perfect. And now we remove studio mode. We go just chatting. We can go to Vagabond. So Vagabond also participating in the tournament, also participating in Major League Balatro Season 3, your minor league Balatro champion, lover of cheese. So Vagabond is here with an obelisk and a negative card sharp and campfire, has 3 lives, a gift card, a photo. What an interesting build, especially the photograph, because you figure he's not playing into something repeatedly with the obelisk, but also the card sharp, so he has to play something twice. I didn't get to catch what his most played hand was there. I am not playing in this tournament, no. Text. Bina? Yeah, we're waiting for Bina. You know what we're calling? That's what Bean's gonna be called the rest of today. So it looks does Vagabond want to play pairs? No. Okay, discard that. Maybe full houses. Okay, gets a full house level here too, which is very. Is it better to sell it or to use it? Really interesting. I feel like probably just use it. Where go? Is that Bean's cousin? Yeah, it's the one with the fun facts. 87,000. Very good hand for Mr. Vagabond. Unfortunate, couldn't find another full house. But is going to play the 2-pair. Interesting. I guess that's just to get Obelisk higher. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know how many lives remaining their opponent has at this point in time, but I do love the Vagabuild we got going on. Screen? How were seeds determined? I don't know. I believe off of MMR and some other information. You have the intermission scene up? I do. We're, if you read the little note here, we're waiting for Bean in round 2, so we're just going around to different Twitch streams and talking over their gameplay. Here, it probably helps if I put myself somewhere on the screen, but oh well. Playing a little straight. I guess it is not June yet. Still allowed for the time being. It does, Mango. It was the. I have an interesting setup because Bean sent me over a bunch of code to have the overlay and everything work correctly. So it's a whole separate folder in OBS right now. So I don't have my normal scenes. So I just got this one up really quick. But it probably would help if, again, I put myself in the corner. There we go. Being going to put the red seal on that polychrome 8, I obviously prefer it on a face card, but I get it. If this ends up being a long game, we should be able to strength the polychrome to a jack, and then you have the red seal on something that's not only multiplying with the photograph, but also multiplying with the polychrome, which is very important. Also, if we get an 8-ball, just saying, if we get an 8-ball, Vagabond definitely playing into the full houses is basically throwing away all other hands just to build Obelisk and saving those full houses for the PvP, which I totally respect and understand. I do think it is in fact a good play. It's just borderline sketchy. I could see a life loss here, and I'll be curious to see if there comes a point where Vaga has to choose between losing a life or losing Obelisk or not getting a blue seal value, something of that matter. Beans in their next match already? Dang, that was quick as heck. He's not? Why is this person lying to me? Okay, okay, okay. He's watching Vaga too. Oh, okay. We had this. We had the same thought. We had the same thought. We're getting close, though. There's only so many full houses that Mr. Vagabond can play. Of course, again, they have the Polychrome 8. They could pivot to something like the Flush 5 or what have you if we get there. I wonder what Vagabond's saying. Oh, wait, you guys can't hear Vagabond, huh? If I turn on his volume. Oh, it's 3-3. Vagabond's saying they don't know if they're going to be able to strength the 8 to the jack, so they want to get Pareidolia. I don't know if I agree with that. I think you have plenty of time when it's only 3-3. No, I know I need another audio source. That's a little shocking that Vago would think they're not going to have time to get the 8 to a jack. I mean, obviously, decided against it. I think that is the right call. I think you take another life here with the setup you have. And again, you look to strength that 8 in the future. I do want to check on Edzy following this PvP, and then we'll switch back to Vagabond. Vagabond does need to find 2 full houses, which is, it is white stake, it is red deck, but you can get betrayed. And we're getting betrayed right now. I don't know if I loved that play from Vagabond. Also, his 2 pairs have to be approaching the most played hand soon. It's a little scary. Edzy on last life. Oh, wow. Wow. Vaga didn't find whatever he was looking for. I'll tell you that right now. Maybe decide to go with the flush route. To get the card sharp, but didn't find 3 of a value. Also, no lucky hits. Yeah, and that's going to be another life loss to Vagabond. This is an intense game with Hatman. All right, we're going to go ahead and check on Edzy, and we'll come back to that Vagabond game in a mo. Last life for Mr. Edzy. We have double Ancients. We have Eternal Sock, Eternal Idol, DNA, and Vagabond. What a crazy game. Having a sun and star in the pocket is really good for the Ancient Joker and Idol situation, but it looks like Edzy is valuing the Vagabond tarot cards over that, which totally understandable. But at the same time, a little scary because we're on the last life. We need Idol and Ancient to line up for that PvP, and you can kind of force it when you have suit changers in that top right. Obviously, still early days. We got a strength there for our 10s. A Baron. Definitely not a Baron scene for Edzy. He is already dedicated to the retrigger. So probably not ecstatic about seeing that, especially with DNA and Red Six. And we get a Dusk. Oh, but you already trigger 3 times. You got to get rid of the DNA. Maybe. Hello, Alistair. Yeah, that stinks for Edzy because you really want Idol on your jacks. That is the most important thing. But I guess it has to be a jack because of the red seals. If I'm Edzy, I want 2 suit changers in the pocket I would lose Vagabond value over that. That's true, Pugman. Vagabond is playing a match. I think this is a fake Vagabond. If I'm just being straight up, this is not the real Vagabond. This is a Joker in Balatro. GG's Klink Kalinka 2008. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Death is massive. I think we use the death right away if we're Mr. Edsy. It's on hearts, so I would use it on this diamond jack, hoping that the ancient hits the diamond. Obviously, Edsy's hoping for a wild, just hasn't probably found a lovers at this point in time, which is unfortunate. A sun card is not big because Ancient can't hit hearts. So Sun is actually the one tarot or the one suit changer we don't want to see. Although if the idol hits, I guess you just go with it. I don't know. If it hits heart, Jack of Hearts. Obviously, two ancients is better than one idol, but hopefully some money for Edsy. If you're Edsy, you're really hoping for a $20 hit. I mean, this is a lot of re-triggering on Luckies. You just need one $20 hit, and you got nothing. Brutal for Edsy. Is not going to be able to see much in this shop. We did find a lovers though. But idol hit 2 of diamonds. Really unfortunate. So not only we don't have a suit changer for spades, we also did not get the idol hit. I mean, that is about as bad as it could have went for Edsy going into this PvP. Luckily, we draw a queen of spades. We want face card spades here. Think we're willing to get rid of that too. We definitely want to find that jack, obviously. Don't know if I use that sun because I think we want lovers in the chamber for if we saw a fool here. I think that'd be pretty bad if we saw a fool now. Of course, we then grab a star. We probably would have won it. Well, never mind. 3 chances to hit world, yeah. Plus, we have purple seals. We do get our wild jack, which is very good. I just realized it started playing random music instead of looping on Dom's thing. Hopefully, it did not get demonetized. Oh, you guys can't even hear Spotify right now. It's just my voice. There's no music. I know now. I see. We can add a. That's so funny. Unfortunate, but we did get kind of the best we could hope for. We have a full house right now, but we obviously want a spade. Ugh. I think you got to keep one jack. Yeah, that stinks. Is this enough? I feel like it's not gonna be, but we'll see. We did find the dusk. If we were head on the Jokers, maybe. $509 million points. Will Edsy survive? Oh, they scored E11 last time. I don't know, man. And we survive. Wow. Okay. Edsy alive. We are down 1 life to 1 life. No idle hit again. I think we have to stay here. We'll go to Vagabond after. I need audio. Source. You guys can hear the Mr. Don Palombi in the background, hopefully now. Glass cards are not as valuable in ranked rule set, Kirby, because they're only 1.5. But I mean that is a possibility. I think it's more likely their Ancient and Idol were lined up for an E11. They're often fake in an Idol game. Ooh. We got. I mean, I think you got to use 2 lovers here. If you're Edsy, yeah, you want all your jacks to be lovers, so Ancient doesn't matter anymore, and you just need that idle hit on any jack. I get looking for a death here with the Fool, but I think I just pop it for the lovers now. So I can find another Fool in the shop. I don't know. That's my take. Might be crazy. If Edsy misplays this, though, he has to make sure this Fool is at least a lovers, if not a death. So we can get the flush 5. I don't know. We'll see. Diamond. 9 of diamonds for the idol. Okay, not a good hit. You could Pareidolia with the Vagabond to get Sock on a random idle hit, but with the red seals, it's so hard. I am not taking music requests at the moment, thank you. Edsy, in deep thought, if you will. I don't know if you can grab the Pareidolia. Who is Bina and what have they done with Bean? Kai, that's for you to find out. and me not to know. Okay. Gotta use the lovers. And this is why I wanted to use the lovers right away last time. Oh, I guess never mind. That works. I was gonna say because we had a red seal jack to put it on. But yeah, that works. But now it doesn't. Now we gotta find a non-lovered red seal jack using our discards. And I think you just pop it right away with only 2 slots to work with. I don't know. It's my personal take on the matter. Well, there you go. We got one. Perfect. We also have the purple seal to use for the disky. We get a strength, which you arguably want to hold in case you get a queen hit with the idol. Sucks to get rid of that hermit, but I think at this point it is... Do we sacrifice 2 tarots for the money? I think we do. I think we do. I think that was good enough. Uh-oh, does this win? This isn't dusk. Well, it's double. Okay. Edgy scared me for a second. I think it still would have won, but it would have been a little bit closer than it has been. Yeah, definitely would have won. Tell this bean guy to come up with here and just doing the same thing. What? A temperance? What did we get? We got 6 of spades, disgusting, and clubs. Ugh. Just brutal. But we have to assume our opponent also did not hit. I mean, it seems like Edsy's kind of maxed out the deck fixing, so... We don't care about any of these. Ramen over Vagabond? Or do we rather have the 4 tarots? I guess you rather have the times 2. Alright. Final player versus player boss blind. We got Edsy. Will there be more gold stake? I think so. For Major League Balatro Season 3. I could tell Bean to do that, but... There's not a loser's bracket. Only winners. Sizak has 2 tribs? Jeez. Really unlucky. We have not found our red seal lovers. This is really bad for Edsy. Like the draw is okay. It's really hard. Can you can't discard that queen. Wow. That's just so unfortunate. Yeah, it's a pretty stressful environment for multiplayer Balatro, I would say. Oops, hit the microphone. Yeah, the enemy does need to play first, so Edsy can kind of figure out if he needs that extra one trigger, which I just don't think is the case. How many clubs does Edsy have in the deck? What are the chances of him just breaking the draw completely and not getting a club? He just has to get one. Oh, no, he can't, because then he can't play the queen. Oh, so stressful. No, you don't want to use the chariot yet. I guess you get rid of the queen of clubs too, because you're not even going to be able... Well, if you get a 7, 6, or a 4, then you're going to be mad. The worst possible draw for Edsy, just getting completely screwed by the deck. I mean, I don't know what to say. That's just, there's nothing you could do. He just... the last 15 cards have 4 red seal lovers. I can't believe it. Wow, with no idle hit too. Same exact setup. He just got a better, he literally just got, I mean, the opponent just got a better draw. I mean, that's all that must have been. A slightly thinner deck, maybe? I don't know. Wow. Well, we return to Vagabond. 2 lives remaining. We got the obelisk up to 5.8. That's crazy. Did Edsy run Ecto? I don't think so. Maybe he did. I have to assume the opponent's down to their last life in this game with Vagabond. Maybe I'm wrong. Deck size does matter in Balatro. How many high cards did Vagabond play in the first 2 rounds that he's still playing 2-pair? Oh. Yeah, really unfortunate for Edsy. Sorry, no commentating here. Obviously, Vagabond looking for the flush house with his polychrome 8s and his jacks. He has the jack of clubs on the idol and then diamonds for the ancient joker. I do think that no, I think playing the 2-8s with the 3 jacks is better than playing the 4 jacks here. Very good hand. I would venture to guess this is E10? Well, there's no re-triggering size of red seals, but... I was off by quite a bit. It's only E8. But we do take the life. This is an all-day tournament. We're only doing the first 2 rounds today. We are going to quickly take a look at the bracket here. Well, maybe we're not. If I zoom out enough. Never mind, you can't see it. Forget it. I have to adjust the screen. Lost round 1 and got paired into round 2. The bean bot is going crazy right now. It's what happens when you try to AI the legumes. They fight back. Interesting that Vagabond didn't. Well, I get why. But I could have seen an argument for skipping with the 8 idle hit. Decent money with the mail and rebate there. Ooh, a ticket. No re-triggers makes me think that we just keep mailing. And that is what Vagabond is going to do in this situation. I assume Vagabond has to be really careful with where he currently is in the obelisk situation, considering that it does not seem like he is playing hands willy-nilly at all anymore and just trying to play those 5 of a kind, etc. hands. Probably is maxed out just about every category of what he can do. I guess full house is okay, maybe? The fact that he's done all this with only 8 being the highest on Obelisk is rather insane. But I guess red deck is helpful in that matter, that we've had so many discards and we have the Drunkard that we've been able to find the hands we need to play and just consistently discard the hands we don't. We did get a Jack idle hit, which is his second best. So, looking good going into this PvP. Saving the Fool is interesting. I get it. Do we get rid of Drunkard? Or maybe even Mail and Rebate at this point? Looks like it's gonna be Mail and Rebate. As we are trying to finish the game here if we're Vagabond, so that makes sense. Make sure that we get our hand. Flush house, very valuable for the Vagabond. We do have the double strength with the Fool. Does Vagabond attempt to get them to Jacks? Is that something we're going to see? So curious what Vagabond's thinking. Let's listen in.
I don't need this Jack. Unlucky.
Never mind. Vagabond's playing music. We're not going to listen in. We're not going to listen in. I have been nuked on YouTube several times recently, so I'm not risking that. We do have a 10 here. Could be a strength target. My alerts are off right now, so if I just got raided by Gothic, hello Gothic. Playing Walk This Way, the way he's all Run DMC8 +2, Cali. Gothic, thank you for the raid. I assume you did not win. I'm sorry for your loss. Also, thank you for all the follows. Clagger, Polly, Zoil, Jonas, and more. Broken Earbank, thank you for the prime sub. I think it makes sense for Vagabond to go for it here. Get rid of that 8. Definitely worked out for him, in my opinion. Though definitely would keep that diamond 8 because the ancient's on diamonds. Oh my god, the death fool. The death fool. We just caught, we make 2 more jacks. We make 2 more jacks. Wow. I know we want to make the polychrome 8. I get where it's coming from. But I think you gotta try and end it here. Especially with the humongous obelisk. NT did get very unlucky. It happens. Here we go. And Vagabond is going to take their game. It took a lot, but fantastic plays with the obelisk. Really good deck manipulation. Well done to Vagabond. We're going to go check on Sizak, another new Major League Balatro player. Oh, no. Sizak. Is Sizak lost? They only had 1 trip. He had 2. But did not find double chat. Wow. Lost by, looks like, just a multiplication of 3. They also had some glass cards, it looks like, that they were able to get up to queens. So that's why it didn't end up mattering as much. Curious to see what Sizak's saying.
I'm not too upset about it. But yeah. GG. Yeah. It's okay. Like I said, if anyone hasn't heard yet, that was a practice game. I maybe should have said something in the title.
Oh, that wasn't even the real game.
Yeah, it's all good. I will be right back. I am going to... Oh, shoot. Okay, wait. The issue, if I run an ad right now... I'm going to wait for a second. I'm going to make sure this...
Okay, well, never mind. What happened with C-dubs? Sorry, my nose keeps hitting the microphone because my nose is very big. Was C-dubs playing in it? Yeah, 100%, Callie. Except I don't see the ads because I have the turbo. But you're so right. Here, let's go to Beans. We're going to commentate Bean commentating. Thank you, cup of coffee. Thank you for the 18 months. Yeah, it's almost my 2-year anniversary of streaming. It's in like a couple weeks. Conception. Or we'll just go to the Balatro category. I'm sure we'll find somebody, right? Hey, who's this doofus? Oh, we can check out Bacon. So how's Bacon's game looking up? Oh, this is round 2 for Bacon. Oh, no, I think so. To watch Burb. Burb. I don't see it.
One more time for Justin Salisbury on the keyboard.
We go back to Bean. Wait, Bean's looking at the bracket. Thank you, MOC Mike, for the Prime sub. Thank you for the 3 months, Mike. Excited to have you around for Major League Balatro Season 3 in this 10K tournament. Is Phantom in a game? Nope. Is CJ not playing at it? No, we just look at Vagabond. There's a lot of messages in the tournament chat. Yeah, I think we're just relaxing for a second, chat. Vagabond's staring at you. I wish I could, like, move it to the middle. Reload the stock. Alright. So Sizak still waiting for their competitor. I do believe Vagabond's game is ready. Bob's game is ready. Owen is taking on Genie. Phantom and Disco are playing. Oh, wow. What a game. Disco, for those who don't know. Edsy, thank you for the 11 months. How do I cope with losing to someone not even in the BMP Discord? Edsy, we were watching. I have not seen... I don't understand how the draws worked out for them, but not you, based off of the decks, but... That's RNG. You can't control everything in Balatro. That's why we love it. I think you played really well. I don't really think you made many mistakes. I think there's one thing that we called out that we maybe would have done differently, but I don't think it mattered. Actually, I know it didn't matter because you didn't draw the cards anyway. Bean is playing Pizza Roll, which I don't believe is the same as Pizza Power. Very good player in the Balatro community. Oh, Tribe over Ramen. No, it wasn't even that. It was literally just when to use your lever to pop the fool right away and use the levers right away there, so it doesn't block a spot. But it really didn't end up mattering. You also got no like money procs, which was a little brutal. All right, Bean's next match is starting. Woohoo! Player 2 is going to be who's player 2? Oh, Pizza Roll. There we go. It's weird, the font, like... There we go. It's supposed to be the Balatro font, but it keeps resetting. Round of 128, still best of one. I probably could have tried some 5 of kinds with a couple of lucky cards, so I didn't have that much. No, I mean, again, the end draw is the end draw. Like, you can't predict having 4 Red Seal Lovers cards in the bottom. I'm through the best of ones. Way to go, Baking. Congrats. We were about to check out your game, but Beans is about to start. What good games, Bacon. Nice to... I'm excited to see you in round 3. We are on to round 2. Bean is taking on the roll. See if we can get any information about this competitor. Maybe Pizza Latro is the name of this one? Unsure. Unclear. Oh, we got a YouTube super message. Again, sorry, the notifications are not currently on. Let me go see it. Thank you for the super chat, Rock. Have a great stream, brother. Currently have you on the phone. I'm assembling a new standing desk. Oh, cheers from Canada. And hope the standing desk goes well. Luckily, my secret lab standing desk was very easy to put together. I got very lucky with it. It did, though, come accidentally unplugged, and I had to go find the motor and plug it in, even though they told me not to, because they were worried I was going to hurt myself, but I wasn't going to, like, send the whole desk back. These desks weigh too much. When will the match start? Not too long. Not too long. A hidden sub. I would say a couple minutes. The other person's probably just setting up the link for chat. No, I didn't violate the warranty, Callie. It doesn't violate the warranty. The support person just didn't want me doing it. I realized what the issue was really quickly. Like, at first I thought there was a faulty mechanism in the standing desk, but then I realized the motor must just not be plugged in to the power strip, and that's what it was. Vagabond post-game interview? We could have. Well, the thing is, obsolescence in the fact that I had just received it. And I did not want... Again, I was so worried I was going to have to put it back in the packaging and ship it. These desks weigh, like, legit hundreds of pounds. They're having some trouble. 1 sec. We stand by. Staples literally told me if I want, I can report a problem with the desk. I have to provide zero proof and claim any reason, and they'll send me a check worth the value of the desk. Well, that's nice. That's some Costco level support. That's actually, I've really never had an issue with Staples, so I'll give them that. Desk company partnering with local physiotherapists. Oh my god, physiotherapist. Callie has outed themselves as a British person. We don't be using the word physiotherapist here in America. We use the word doctor or physical therapist. Physiotherapist is some Premier League medical doctor shenanigans. We don't got none of that in the good old United States of America. I'm not out yet. My bad for not making it clear in my stream. It was a warm-up. No. We saw this, Zach. We got word at the end. And we're like, oh, thank God. Thank God he didn't lose with 2 tribulates. Okay. But we'll try and catch your game after Beans if it's still going up. Good luck, Sizek. Good luck. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and our non-binary pals. Hope everyone's in for another good one. We got Bean in the second round of their very own $10,000 open tournament. Once again, best of 1. We are playing a deck and a stake. At the time being, that information has not been relayed to me. So I'll let you know. Looking like Ghost deck. Is it Ghost White? Don't tell me it's Ghost White. Pizza Roll, what are you doing? Hi, I just lost. Who's playing now? Bean and Pizza Roll. I'm sorry, what? GG's though. Premier League as a descriptor for non-American words. Yeah. It's pretty funny. I think I'm pretty funny. Cali exposed for stirring up fake conspiracy theories to distract everyone from his colonizer language. Is it Ghost White? It's Ghost White. Oh no, wait, it's not. It's Zodiac White. There we go. Oh, and Black Snake, Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. All right, are you ready for some Bean Balatro? The legume versus the hearty after-school snack in a pizza roll. Any whoosies. Starting off here with the distinct notion that pizza roll does not use high contrast colors. So we're going to see two different colored cards. Always interesting. Always interesting. He's refusing to play on Ghost deck against players that are worse than him since it has some variance. That makes sense. So let's see what is grabbed here. Bean going for the pack on White Snake, I think, makes sense. I don't think the Mystic Summit is as good as the Scary Face or Even Steven there. I think I grab the Even Steven and just go next. It's really powerful early on, especially if you can make a flush house. I like that move from Pizza Roll. Of course, we just have the base 15 molt here on Bean side, which is obviously still very, very good. Both these players skipping for the investment tag, going to get $25 in the bank. New to multiplayer, how do you decide? Usually I play with friends, just go whatever. Yeah, you just go like pick man. Yes, the Slay the Jokers is not going to work here, unfortunately. So we do see that Mystic Summit that was in the pack now in the shop for Pizza Rolls. We get a double purple seal, which just fantastic for both of these players. You know, I will say Bean has some chips here, but I do believe Pizza Roll will roll into this in just a moment. I think you want to save the discards, right, for those purple seals. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Pizza Roll just play some things here. Bean on that side did not find any of the purple seals. Gonna open up another pack. Gonna see a jack, going to decide not worth it. Just gonna keep moving. Do both use the same seed? Yes, yes. Everything, they're using the same exact seed. In fact, in multiplayer, in this version of multiplayer, they even have a mod to make the shops, instead of anti-based, game-based. So that means they will see the same exact jokers and tarots and so on in a giant queue. When you see them is up to you, depending on how much money you do have. No purple seal value for Pizza Roll either. Real struggle, these purple seals falling to the bottom of the deck for both players. Both these players doing everything they can to try and find them, which credit to our players. I think min-maxing as best as one can. See if any purple seal shows up. Does not till the end. Same thing that happened to Bean. So far, players on very similar playing fields. Bean just one shop ahead because they did open up that Joker pack, or a couple Jokers ahead in the queue. This clever Joker will be the decider. If Pizza Roll grabs it, they have a good chance of winning this round. If they don't, then I feel like it leans Bean. And they do, and they also grab that Earth. Unsure if Bean grabbed the planet card or not. Could you turn on their audio? I literally cannot turn on coffee, unfortunately. They don't have audio currently connected on the Video Ninja, from what I understand. Just kidding, it is on. I don't know what they're saying, so I don't know if I want to turn on their audio. And only one of their audio is working. For multiple day event. This is the final round of today's games. The aces there definitely helped Bean in a big way. And really it was because of the insane amount of chips that the aces gave. It's going to be hard for Pizza Roll to match that, and I just don't think they will. Really good draw for Bean is going to lead to the 1-0 in terms of life advantage. I feel like you go for two different two pairs there if you're Pizza Roll. I actually would have played the 8s and 6s. They do get a full house here with a solid amount of chips, but Bean just needs to draw any two pair, and I think they'll be fine. That was a lot of even Steven value. Actually, maybe that's not true at all. They also have the full house level. They are not getting the extra even Steven mult. Is this enough? And no two pair. Pizza Roll is gonna take this. I stand corrected. Again, I'm shaking off the cobwebs when it comes to commentating. It's been a minute. Need to get ready for Major League Balatro Season 3 and also get ready for the rest of this incredible $10,000 tournament that Bean has been putting on. Again, thank you, TurtleBean, for hosting this event. So, both in the same exact position in terms of the shop. Again, being just a Joker or two ahead because they opened up a Joker pack. I think both these players gonna take very similar routes. Gonna pop the Temperance right away. Slightly different approach there by Pizza Roll. I don't think he's gonna end up making too big of a difference. Ooh, there is a red seal in that spectral pack. That is large and in charge. Now, where is that red seal going to go? I feel like it's got to go on a jack, personally, but they're both going to place it on kings. That makes sense, Bacon. Now, Pizza Roll has not seen the riffraff yet, which means they're going to be a riffraff behind in the riffraff queue. You could actually see that have pretty significant effects on the rest of this match. And that all came down to that small decision of not opening up the Joker pack in Ante 1, which I didn't dislike. We get a tower for Pizza Roll, but only a star for Bean, because is Bean behind? No, Bean isn't behind in the actual shop queue, but maybe the tarot queue. Pizza Roll really looking for that final purple seal. Is unable to find it. I was going to play the full house, get out of here. Bean with enough points to beat the blind. Barely, but again, enough points is enough points. And there is Bean in the game. Seems like cheating to be in the game and also playing the game, but you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. Bean found the riffraff. Pizza Roll is one reroll behind, and they didn't open up a Joker pack, so they're 2 Jokers behind in the queue. We do find it a very good immolate here. Does leave the king, which is good, obviously, because we did put red seals on said king. Now, this Bean could come back to hurt Bean if there's a red seal in the spectral pack, and then Bean immolates and it kills the red seal. A very roundabout way in which a Bean could actually hurt you, but there is a chance now. Or it could kill a purple seal, a gold seal. There's just a higher likelihood because we already know what the original cards would have been based off of Pizza Roll, that Bean actually gets something he doesn't want here with the immolate. Oh yeah, of course, Bacon, of course. You just click on the cards you don't want. Wow. Bean did not draw a single seal regardless, so it did not matter. Not even putting anything at risk. Yeah, and instead didn't lose any face cards. Really lucky from Bean there. Sure, there's a lot of streaming going on, so it can't be streamer level. Man, it is getting stuffy in here. I'm gonna go open up a window. I am curious to see what this purple seal ends up being for Mr. Bean. Well, he can play a hand, right? He can play a hand and try and find that king. Play like the 10s. I'm kind of confused. Why did Bean feel he couldn't just play a hand and not use the purple seal? Is this officially sanctioned broadcast? Yes. This is officially sanctioned by Mr. Bean. Not the British comedian, but by the Major League Balatro Season 2 champion. It's actually not just sanctioned, it's almost commissioned. I was asked to do this. $23, he hits the money proc anyway. He doesn't need the red seal. He doesn't need the extra re-triggers. He just gets lucky. And Bean, now a massive economic advantage. It's funny how everything just snowballed from opening up one Jimbo pack. Having been ahead by 2 Jokers in the queue, despite being on the same reroll count, allowed Bean to see the riffraff a little bit earlier, to find the to-do list, to give them more money, to then perpetuate them forward in the actual reroll count, and find Bean. Everything is snowballing, and this just goes to show how important it is to have money to be farther in that queue when it comes to ranked multiplayer, and how just the slightest advantage snowballs and within, you know, an ante or two into a very large advantage. We now are able to find photo with that red seal, and it should be that Bean secures another victory on lives while continuing to be ahead in the econ. All right, now I'm gonna go open up a window. Also, shout out my Rebecca Black poster. Fine. Oh, we have a seance angle from Bean. Obviously, with the Bean and the star in hand, that makes a lot of sense. Can grab an extra spectral or multiple in these coming rounds. 10,000 is big money. Did we land the Taco Bell sponsorship? Bean actually was able to get this sponsorship money from a fan of their own. I would love to land the Taco Bell sponsorship, Doc, but people ain't be replying to my emails. So we're just going to have to get bigger and bigger until they can't ignore us. So there's still time. There's still time to get a sponsorship. Obviously, a fan that has lots of money, Jim. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe that is how this all came together. That's crazy. I agree. Oh no, we're accidentally seeing their desktop. Okay. It's just awesome to have this event because it's just one person. Yeah. It's single elimination bracket. How many Baja Blast keyline pies do I need to buy Taco Bell to sponsor this? It's less than 750. We're already there. Oh my gosh. So, getting back to the game here after a little bit of talking. I do believe Bean is looking for the straight flush angle with the red seal king. I think that is the goal here. Those purple seals providing quite a bit of value over here for Pizza Roll, but again, Pizza Roll just so behind, unfortunately, due to the circumstances where he talked about being just a joke or two behind. My Red Bull consumption has gone up like 10,000 since going to that one sponsored event last year. Look, I think Red Bull would be a beautiful sponsor if they were interested. Also, I'm actually having Taco Bell tonight for the first time in 20 years. Good luck, rock and roll. I hope it's as enjoyable as it should be. Wow, just being just finding a straight flush, not even having to use the star card. Pretty incredible. Balatro's a crazy place, of course. I'm curious what Bean is contemplating here. Do you want to look for the king? The red seal king? A Wraith. Very interesting. I don't believe they're gonna be able to do the flush house. No. It's a lot of purple seal value to leave on the table here if you're Bean. I'm curious, does Pizza Roll have enough here, though, to beat a flush house? Probably not. What do you do with the Wraith? You spend your money down next shop and then you pop it, probably. No purple seal value for Bean. Really interesting string of decisions there. And they are going to go for the straight flush again. Get another spectral card. And they decide to do that over the flush house with the 5s and aces. Which I think probably a decent play. Sigil could be helpful if we can draw all the kings. And yeah, Pizza Roll is going to in fact take this life and even it, or put Bean down to 2. Down to 2 lives. A little bit of tempo here again with that even Steven play. And that's kind of the opposite. Is that even Steven, and like I said, I really like that play out of Pizza Roll, has won 2 lives for them. So despite being behind the Jokers a tad bit, which again snowballed into a lot of bit, Pizza Roll up 2 lives will give them a lot of time to kind of come back. Sigil, I barely know. No, you get it? The way Balatro multiplayer works, really quick here for the YouTube chat, is that the boss blinds after Ante 1 are replaced by PvP rounds. You get 4 lives compared to, in normal Balatro run, you really only have 1 life. In this game, you have 4 lives. In those boss blinds, whoever has the most points in that PvP round survives, and the loser loses a life. You can also lose a life by dying to big blinds and small blinds. Once you have 0 lives, you lose the match. You can do it, Zeno. Sigil. I barely know her. Nah, it's I don't get the reference. If the score is the same, neither player loses a life, and you just move on to the next round. Interesting here that Pizza Roll doesn't want to flush house. Oh, they don't want to win this early. I think they want to find their purple seal. Burnt Joker on a straight flush build. I think being setting themselves up for a high card more so. And they're kind of, I don't know how it works. You talk to your uncle who works in Taco Bell C-Suite about how much you love me really much, and you get VIP with my channel. We do have a second Red Seal King, albeit a naked king, so not really any value to be extracted from it quite yet. Hello, say hello. And the key here, Pizza did get that the lucky finally on the red seal. They are due a money proc, and there it is. And you know what? That lucky could be the difference. I'm extracting value from a naked king right now. All right, can we get +2s in the chat? That's gonna go down as a Hall of Fame Doc Spectred message. That's a screenshot. We will definitely quote in context. Absolutely, Hornet. Absolutely. I'm gonna put it as like the yearbook quote on the Major League Balatro yearbook one year. Hello, Ashley. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well on this beautiful Sunday evening. Have some good NFL football after this second round of the Balatro 10K. Of course, the tournament will go on in the coming days and weeks. Just a heads up. Again, this is the last round of today. $10K prize money. I'm never awake at the time you stream. I stream at like all different times now, though. Well, I'm going to be streaming at all different times, especially once Major League Balatro. I also just haven't been streaming. How's this work? Are they playing the same seed? They are playing the same seed. We actually just talked about the multiplayer rule set. If you can rewind, you can always check out the YouTube side to get free rewind, even though Twitch makes you pay for it with Turbo. Yeah, I didn't qualify. No, I chose to cast. I didn't really want to play in the event. I wanted to be able to cast, and especially since Bean was playing in it, it's nice to have somebody just focused on the video aspect. So Bean, with that walkie-talkie, it is going to be helpful, quite helpful with that photograph to get some extra base mult put on before we get to, let's say, that the Red Seal King, for example. And we are on level 4 full house, so Bean definitely has an angle here. Bean is hidden for that reason I'm out. There we go. We are going to be able to finally lucky one of the Red Seal 10s. Guys, there you go. Can't wait for Major League Balatro. Season 3. Danny? You know, how's Major League Balatro going to deal with Balatro patches? I can't hear you. Blah, 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 blah. 1.1 is obviously not going to come out until the season's over to make for a really easy transition to Season 4. Obviously, right? Local Thunk doesn't want to release the Balatro update near Slay the Spire 2, right? Right? Please don't release in the middle of the season. Hello, Amelia. Yeah, and it's also MLBA, please. I've never heard me. Stop asking questions about Major League Baseball. No way it drops in March. That's what I'm thinking. It could drop in April, but by then the season's almost over. I don't think it'd be a big deal to have our playoffs just on the old patch. Bean is making this one look hard. Well, yeah, I mean, we could just be sure Bean is not in a great situation here. If I do think they should be able to rather easily, being that is, take this PvP. I don't want to say rather easily, but they should be able to take this PvP. Especially with the glass 8s. Yes, our season ends April 26th, but the playoffs kind of start in early April, so it's like, I just hope the patch doesn't drop in like February or March, which I don't think it will. But we'll see. There's gonna be new jokers. There's gonna be new decks. I think Thunk has confirmed this in interviews. Looking at this PvP, again, Bean is looking for a full house with 10s or 4s full of kings, and they want to put those 10s or 4s before the king so they can get extra base mult before the photo goes off twice with that Red Seal. Bean is in a very good spot because of this walkie-talkie, plus seeing double gain that ×2 is very nice. I don't know if new decks are confirmed. Correct. Yeah, I think only new jokers were talked about by Thunk in that interview with, I think it was Bloomberg. There was a picture of a funky banana. I don't think it's a joker. I think it's either a deck or a challenge, personally. Or a new tag. So we do have a 5 of a kind here for Pizza Roll. But again, a full house with the scene double, with the 10-4, the walkie-talkie, I think rather easily clears this. And we have the world here for Bean to play a flush house if need be. But I do think the full house is a high enough level it does not matter. So if we go ahead and click calculate score here, which Bean's not even going to do. Bean knows that this clears. And if they really need, I think they may be able to have another one in the chamber. Can't wait to be playing Balatro on 65. It's going to be Balatro 2 Electric Boogaloo. Bean is using the tech to pause their score to not give the opponent information. Slave Spire is a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. This will be Balatro in 2012. What? Yeah, Pizza Roll looks like they're giving up on this one. So, finally, Bean takes a life off of their opponent. And, again, is it a pretty good spot, I would say. There's that walkie-talkie that would have been ever so helpful for Pizza Roll if they had found it a little bit earlier before the PvP. It is true Pizza Roll's behind in the queue, but we do have to recognize that they have $20 and Bean has 5. What decides the play order in PvP? Whoever has less points. And when you're both at 0, if neither player plays, then you guys have to agree to go at the same time. But yeah, whoever's behind in points has to play. Now, you can play if you're ahead in points, but yeah. Blackboard seems hard to hit. Well, Bean does seem to be moving into spades, so maybe long term. But yeah, it's not going to be easy to use on a 5-card hand in the PvP. Ooh, that Hermit. That Hermit. If we get a money proc here, I think Bean snowballs into the win. Truly. Because that's the perfect time with that Hermit. Major League Balatro isn't ready for a new tech. Just don't play cards. The Prisoner's Dilemma tech. There is no timer in PvP right now, so yeah. If someone wanted to hold us captive, they could. Bean Nan Imped. Well, that was a very specific game that Bean and Doc were playing. It wasn't like normal ranked rules. If I'm not mistaken. That is true, Callie. No money hit for Bean. But still, 15 will be pretty good for that Hermit. Pizza Roll hangs a 6. Oh wow, Ancient Joker showing up here for Bean. We also have an Oops All 6s. I don't know if this even wins for Pizza Roll. Yeah, Pizza Roll's gonna probably lose a life here in the big blind. Very unfortunate. Way to go, Tony. You get $4 per life that you have lost, so they're gonna get $8 here for dying. Do you take the oops in case of bloodstone? I take the oops for the lucky cards. Just for the money. There we go. We are now caught up in the queue on Pizza Roll side. Oh no! The oops is a scene double for Pizza Roll. Okay. Ah, that's so unfortunate. So unfortunate for Pizza Roll. Now if we see a bloodstone, the game is basically over. This is one criticism I have of the ranked rule set, is because of the order, when you do get a block, it's basically GG. Because there's like no way, it's just, it's so hard to find other variants. No, dice will be in the next one? Oh, okay, Bacon. Is that how it's always, that's not how it's always been. I did not know that. I thought it still pulled from a different queue. There's a little static coming through my mic. Was I talking too loud? You made it worse, Zeno? I don't think it's my mic, because there's nothing coming through on my mic. How do I sound now? Am I too quiet? Being down to 1 life also died. Like an angel. Okay. Will Bean lose in the second round of their very own $10,000 tournament? Really unfortunate there to not get the draws to be able to stay alive. And we do know this is a polychrome. Now, Pizza Roll wasn't able to find a red seal with their polychrome, right? Because that could be the difference. Thank you, Rock and Roll. Music on, though? Yes, I did turn off the music. Let me turn that back on for all of you. We have 1 life alert for TurtleBean. The music is the issue? Huh. That's really weird. Is that better? Okay, cool. Oh, super clutch lovers? Correct. That was an insane lovers for Bean to be able to get that on that Red Seal King. Something that, unfortunately for... Well, we did get a star. We did get a star for pizza. Huge. Is it enough? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think this was a little bit of a mistake by Pizza. I think you search for the polychrome to add in to that 5 of a kind. But, you know, this could end up working out playing 2 hands. Because we're still not that high of score. Oh, Bean also has the star. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. You're right. Bean does have a star. In me. I'm his star. Bean also taking the invis, I think, is the correct play. I think if this goes long enough, the invis wins it for Bean. And there is that polychrome king for Bean. Being patient, keeping the red seals until they found the polychrome. And I really do think that is going to make a bit of a difference. Oh, I really like. Yeah, and the polychrome's on a jack for Pizza Roll. That's very unfortunate for Pizza Roll. I don't think this flush is enough to really do anything. 24,000. Could that be the difference? No, right? There's no way. We gotta see what Bean gets here. Oh my gosh. My heart pounding. Yeah, okay, never mind. Not even close. From what I heard from the fun facts, Bean may be in contention. True, those fun facts about the tournament were very interesting. So now, a little bit of a predicament for Pizza Roll where I think Pizza passed on the invis. I could be wrong. But having that second... Or is Pizza way behind in the queue and we thought he caught up? They caught up. I don't know. I'm all confused now. Definitely that oops all sixes for the money is going to be helpful. This is a different uncommon though, because as we talked about, there was that blockage. Oh, a hack. Very interesting. Can Bean turn the kings into into twos? Is Bean even going to attempt such a thing? With both players on 1 life. To be fair, we're only a strength and a fool away from being able to do such a thing. There is the invis. And luckily, Pizza found it now. So Pizza is going to be able to pop it before the boss blind. That is, as the kids would say, humongous for Pizza Roll. The thing is, Pizza didn't see the hack, so they're not going to know to use that strength on the kings to make aces. Imagine York ends up being the difference here, huh? Kids say humongous all the time. What do you mean, Sizak? It's an adult word. I guess you got to use the lovers here. It hurts, but that is some money down the drain. That's a good point, Bacon. You probably get rid of Hack. And you get rid of York. I see what you're saying. Oh, we definitely want to be playing the lucky card. Oh no, this lucky could win. I don't think he. Okay, okay. I don't. Oh no, pizza roll. I think that lucky could accidentally win. Okay, smart move. Smart move. All right, good plays by pizza roll. We're gonna be able to play an all lucky hand here. There we go. We have the Invis jiggling for Bean, but obviously Bean hopefully. Is hoping to find something before I think they pop it. I could be wrong. Oh, nice little foil from the wheel, hitting the Yorick for pizza roll. All right, pizza saving money makes a ton of sense. For when they pop Invis here. Yes, yeah, Invis could hit Invis, but it does reset. It doesn't stay 2 of 2. Is hallucination that valuable? No. You can't take that negative astronomer, so there's no point. Wait! Bean's wheel hit Polly? That 2.25, especially if he invises it, that might be the win. I thought they've hit the same amount of wheels. Huh. I guess I'm just wrong there. No, gift card was foil in the shop. We saw the same thing for pizza roll. Pizza's wheel hit York, but it hit York with foil. Why would Beans hit polychrome? Yeah, I think it's just behind Taros, exactly. All right, the final shop, the final countdown for both these players. Intrigued to see how it ends up. We have diamonds, which Bean is currently holding on to a star, which is big. Do you find a death for pizza roll? And a fool could definitely rip open that Mega Arcana pack, and hopefully you find your Red Seal lovers. Bean obviously needs to make sure they get out of this blind alive. I mean, we do have to talk about that a little bit. This is not a good draw for Bean. They get the full house. That's more than enough. Whew, that was scary for a second. We do have a heart and a diamond, so I guess you probably lovers that heart card and you just move on. Wait, did Bean not have enough points? I'm very curious while Bean... Pizza Roll took the risk. They took the risk. And it... Ah! He makes up for the polychrome because he kept photo. Minimum was 38K? Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. I can't believe it. Well, we have ourselves a game. That's for sure. We do find a full... Oh, and there's a bloodstone. Oh. I think this one's going to go to Bean now. Wow, a lover's in there to use the death on and then to fool the death. Absolute beauty. I don't know what Pizza Roll's very much debating on here. Oh, is Bean thinking that he should hold it for... I don't know. I don't know what Bean's thinking. With the bloodstone, I think, is the difference right now. The hack. We could strength hack. Really weird decision, but could you do that? Could you double strength the kings and the aces? No, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do it. Especially with photo. You take it, right? You take it, but... I think this one still leans Bean for the victory here. Especially with that star in hand. Of course, we don't know what the purple seals will be for Pizza Roll. You never know. Oh, so intense. This is why we love multiplayer Balatro. Is Pizza Roll deciding if they want to buy the hack or just re-roll? I get it. I get it. Because if you're going to play the kings anyway... I don't think so. I don't think they see the bloodstone. I think you buy that... do you buy that lovers? Guess not. man. What will happen? You get one free discard here. And now you play hands. So you can use the purple seal. Ah! I guess you can use both purple seals at the same time. I do think Bean is in a better position, absolutely. You play Ace King. Yeah, you play Ace King of Lucky 10-5-4 here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's enough from Bean. Oh god, this is brutal draw for Pizza Roll. Oh no, there's gonna be no purple seals here for Pizza Roll. No. Wow. That's crazy for Pizza Roll. I mean, they were going to be able to see their whole deck, but the fact that I was at the very bottom, what are you going to do? Really well fought game, though. Extraordinarily close. Took Bean to the edge of extinction. But the Polychrome, the extra red seal, and the Bloodstone are going to be the difference here. Yeah, the two Polychromes already almost make up for the Yorick, and then the Bloodstone should make up for the photo. I don't know. I guess the Bloodstone, if the Bloodstone doesn't proc at all, Pizza Roll wins this. But it would be a very unfortunate Bloodstone. It already hit twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7, 8. The Bloodstone hit every single time. What? The Bloodstone hit 8 of 8. What? There's no way. It is a 5x difference, so like it needed to be what? Let's do the math really quick. So if it would have hit 4 out of 8 like you would have expected, Pizza Roll would have won. But it hit 8 of 8. Damn. Wow. Wow. So on EV, the expected value of that final round, Pizza Roll actually won. We'll get off of the screen. What a game. Do we have anybody else playing? I think that might be it for now. Oh. CJ, Bean got 8 of 8 Bloodstone hits. And if he would have got 4 out of 8, he loses. But he got, I mean, he not only got more than he needed, he got every single one. Poly on the Ancients 2 was incredible. I still don't understand that, how that happened. But it must have been that he used the Wheel of Fortune earlier. That has to be it. Yes, sinking float. That is exactly how it works. Bean's calling me. Hello?
Hello.
Do you know if Bloodstone would have hit like a normal Bloodstone, you would have lost by 0.25?
Wait, if it hit 4 times, I would have lost? I don't think that's right.
Yeah, you were ahead by 5x. It hit 8 of 8.
So 4 hits is
4.025. It would have been basically like the same score. I think they had you by like a tad.
Really? Hey, Bloodstone has betrayed me so many times. I needed that.
So 2 things in that game. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things. One, your decision to open up the Joker pack, massive. Not because it was necessarily the correct decision. It's just you kept being like 2 Jokers ahead, despite you guys being in the same exact spot in the shop, and those 2 Jokers ended up kept mattering.
Yeah, that is why I always decided to do first buffoon packs. Did they take the scary face? Because I did heavily consider that, and it would have been pretty decent on scoring as long as you got some malt. Or did they just go next?
They grabbed the even Steven, which helped them get the first points. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then you must have hit a wheel. Did you hit a wheel earlier in the game? Before the
well, I had dice when I spun that wheel.
But so did they, and they only got foil. Oh, wait, did they not have dice, chat? Am I wrong? Maybe they didn't have dice yet.
But I definitely spun another wheel earlier in the game.
I think that's
I don't
what
know if
it
it
must have
foiled
been.
them.
So the polychrome was also a huge difference, because that was 2.25.
So I just gotta gamble.
They popped the invis with photo, and they hit the ancient.
Oh right, I didn't realize this. Did they have Yorick when they popped it, or did they were behind Cherokee?
Yep, I think they
have
realized
Yorick,
what the score
3x
was, and they
Yorick,
had
wow.
to risk it, and it paid off.
It just hits ancient, okay. Because I could have had a dice right there, and that
Okay,
nice
it was
with
the dice.
Bloodstone.
It was the fact that you had dice earlier created polychrome, which obviously that 2.25 doesn't matter in the final score, but you know, if you take the expected value, it definitely had a big role in that final round. But great game, very entertaining.
Yeah, that was a scary match. Like, you were watching my first game. Like, I don't know what my opponent was doing. I'm sure that was fun to watch from your end. But that match, I was just throwing left and right. I didn't know how to play that one. But
It
luckily,
was
I still got the win.
I don't think there was a correct way to play it, but
It's hard to know when it's just not an opponent I'm used to playing.
I gotta say also one again, not lucky, but the RNG in your favor is you grabbed the bean before entering the spectral pack, and I knew there's an immolate. I'm like, oh no, that means like somebody, because on their end none of their seals came up, but you literally had 16
Right, I
cards and
didn't
none of
try
your
any
seals,
either.
and then it didn't hit any face cards.
Hey, those seals were actually weighted to the bottom of my deck,
It
so
was,
I think
It's
I
only
think that plays a factor. But
the
thank you for casting.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
you got
course.
more?
Oh no, chat's just asking what the end build was. It was double ancient. I mean, Bloodstone is really all that mattered for bean scoring. Polychrome.
Yeah, just being a little bit head in shop.
No, but it, like always, I think one thing you do very well, and obviously top players do well, is it's the tarot management. Like keeping that star very clutch, knowing that, you know, it has a third of a chance of hitting that specifically. That was like I mean, without that, it's not close, and that ended up being massive. Oh, smiley
Right.
face, smiley face. Not super.
It's huge, huge. That's like a without the lucky proc, that was like a 1.25x.
Yeah, but the lucky part.
Every little bit mattered, but apparently in the end it didn't because Bloodstone just locked in.
But unlucky player of the day is definitely Edsy. You'll have to go
Yeah,
back and
I'm-
see what happened.
I'm
Or
gonna have to
rewatching.
because that was an upset for sure.
Yeah, he bottom decked. He had 10 of 54 left, every single red seal in the bottom.
Wow.
And the opponent had all theirs, and it still was almost close. Like, I felt terrible for him.
Damn, I'm excited to look through all the matches, but I appreciate you casting. I hope it was some fun.
No, it was a ton of fun. Thank
Um,
you for throwing on the
and
event.
I'll have to bring you back to cast another fun match, and I'll join you in the booth.
Perfect. We'll do more.
All right.
All right. Are you
See ya.
streaming still?
I think I have a lot to deal with the tournament, so I'm probably gonna end.
Okay. Sounds good.
See ya.
Talk to you later. Bye. All right, chat. That's gonna be it from me. Hopsy Wopsy, thank you for the raid. I totally missed that. Again, I didn't have my notifications on for this. Shout out to you, Hopsy. We're gonna raid Vagabond. But I hope you have an amazing beard. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I do, you know what? Right now, since I have so many of you, I'm gonna make a quick announcement. So Major League Balatro Season 3 kicks off February 9th, is the first week. I will be doing my first ever subathon that week. We're gonna be doing lots of fun incentives and benchmarks and such. Obviously, during the casting of the actual Major League Balatro games, because we have 10 of them every single week, and I'll be doing every single one, I won't have notifications on and stuff, and we'll kind of put the subathon stuff to the side while we're casting and playing our game. But it's going to be a ton of fun. I hope you can catch it. Tomorrow, we have a little Major League Balatro event, our final off-season event. I'm also going to have the everything you need to know about Major League Balatro Season 3 video up, so people asking about new rules, the league structure and everything, that'll be all coming out tomorrow. And then the Fantasy Balatro announcement, you know, the Fantasy League we do for Major League Balatro should be coming out next Monday. But yeah, really excited for my first ever subathon. I'm trying to, honestly, I'm using it to raise money for capital to keep investing in the league and myself. But yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Beer, for 5 gifted and reminding me. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Can't wait to see you for more of this $10,000 tournament. Thank you so much to Bean, again, for running everything and giving me something to cast. Can't wait for Season 3. Can't wait for the rest of this tournament. Can't wait for the subathon. And see you all later. Go enjoy Vagabond stream. Recently announced as one of the newest members. We have a lot of cool stuff coming out with Major League Balatro Season 3 too, by the way. That we haven't unveiled, and it will be unveiled in the coming weeks. So, see you then. Bye-bye.